Alrighty guys, welcome back to another single player video. Last time we were here we just had cleared out this little section of trees. We were bringing the skidder down, start unloading so we can start processing. I think I'm just gonna quickly clean up this little pile so that we can start a new spot here. Try my best to get this pile without killing a bunch of my trees, but I can't make any promises. Raise that up a little bit. That's right. It's gonna go flying everywhere like last time. Oops. So now we're just gonna kind of slowly sneak up to the pile here, hopefully not kill any of it. Cocky, oh, there we go, not too bad. It's got that one stick that's a little shorter, but that's no big deal. Maybe what I'll do is park this guy right here, because this will be our new cleanup pile. And we'll leave you there. Okay. So I got that big humongous log to deal with eventually. I think I might just cut the tip off of it just to make sure it doesn't hang up here on anything. There we go. Can I pick that up? Probably not. Oh, I can. Yeah, right, hey. Imagine being able to pick that up in real life. God, these are the ugliest looking trees I've ever seen. It's like, I should have added a little more contrast to them. They look very, I don't know, very bleh. Compared to like these trees that look a little bit thicker. Well, I don't know, they all look kind of shitty. This game's not the best for graphics, but hey, who's complaining, right? Alright, so where are we gonna put these? Let's find a zone here. Since we better clean that tree up. Actually, I'm just gonna pull ahead here. We're gonna go clean this tree up because it's gonna be a problem. I can tell you that right now. So, I wonder if our processor. Fuck. We'll just cut it into bucket into little chunks here. We probably can't on that one. Where does it become buckable? About there. Once we actually start logging these big trees, I'll get a better system, hopefully, but for the time being... Yeah, now it's too heavy. You know what I should do? I should just buck this whole fucking tree up, that's what I should do. I wonder if this will cut it. We're gonna find out. Oh yeah, look at that. Grinder City. I swear to God, this thing gets heavier. I know it's really glitchy, so you can do something like, what is it, left control and I, and it does like this weird shitting out the wood chips, even though the wood chips aren't really going anywhere. Should probably actually work on this thing a little bit. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna annex this thing because it's still a glitchy piece of garbage. I should just get rid of it entirely, honestly, but... Okay, so what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna buy the vac chipper. We're gonna get the vac chipper and a tractor. Which tractor though? Let's get something pretty, but not too pretty. Let's get something small and easy to drive. What was the one I really liked? The FASTRAC. I really like that one. Let's get a bigger engine. Standard. Rim color, black. 240 grand, wow. retiring that little chipper thing, so it's not very good. I think I'm working on a new one though. I just like the idea of having the chipper attached to the thing, but maybe having a separate attachment is a better way to go. Don't really need to drive this thing into the water just yet. All of the skidder tracks, they will lead you to a location. This thing's definitely slightly faster than the skidder. Until you hit a hill, apparently. Crap going up a hill. Skidder may be slower, but at least it doesn't lose its torque anywhere. You can do it. You can do it. Oops. Whoa. What the hell happened there? There we go. Now we can get some speed again, I think. And this one's actually fillable and you can make wood chips, so we'll make some wood chip piles and load them up later. Nice little hole we made here. Pile it all over here and make a nice big chip pile. I also want to work on a dump truck and an excavator just strictly for doing chips. Wait, am I reabsorbing? No, I'm not. second one first, so when we turn, whoops, we don't get that tail end in there. There we go. There we go. Let's see if we can get this out of there. Oh yeah, we're good. Sometimes when the piles are really close together like that, I like to get the first one first, because if not, you hit a bit of a problem where the tail touches. So I still like the grapple skidder a bit better. I think it's quicker than when I was dicking around with the line skidder. I mean, and like I said, granted, the line skidder is amazing for if you're going in like weird spots where this guy's a lot harder to get stuff out. But yeah, I definitely prefer this one. Mostly probably because I used it for so long too, I'm so used to it. I'm sure if I used the line skidder for long enough, it would probably start cluing in to make sense too, but yeah, for the time being, this guy's the winner. Spot to do drops, but we're doing it. One more. I'm gonna do one more and drop it right in my little skidder path there, I think. So should be all good after that. Logs just like to glitch right out. That means it's working. Let's see how much tail swing we have here. Not much. If it gets hung up, I just hit L, unlock it, let the logs kind of float up a bit, because on hills sometimes they hang up. It's a natural log thing to do. There we go. Pull Mr. Skidder over here for the time being. Get that, and then we're ready to process. And I think we still have time to process, do we not? Ah, yeah, we got lots of time to process. Let's like to save, since we did all that hard work. We don't want to lose it. Alright, here we go. Processing time. This is going to be interesting for sure. get a system going here. Should be all good. I think we got a system. Just kind of want to keep those crap bits away from my pile a little bit, but not a whole lot of choice on that one, I don't think. The only way to do it, I need to bring it back like that. Tricky planning here. So yeah, exciting times. Sorry, I get into logging here sometimes and I forget that I'm talking or supposed to be talking. Sometimes I just get too focused and I don't have anything to say, I guess. But yeah, lots of exciting mods coming up. I can't wait to. I'm gonna start working on a coring water hazardous feller buncher with a trailer, dump trailer on the back. I'm kind of excited to do something like that. I don't know what's gonna happen or how it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. It's not gonna be a very maneuverable thing, but I mean, when you're bunching, it doesn't really matter anyway, because you're not really maneuvering. Basically, just the plan of this machine is basically just a mass producer, so you can just drive straight into a forest, make a straight line right into it, and yeah, just cut multitudes of trees and load them on the back, turn it around, come back, and snip it all off and drop it on the ground. That's the theory anyway. And whether we can actually do that or not, oops. Whether we can do that or not, we'll find out. Oh, Jesus. Unstable little bastards. It's like playing with pickup sticks here. Let's get this one because it's nice and close here. Yeah, so I don't know how that's going to go. I haven't really thought about how I'm even going to do it. I'm sure it won't be hard to do. I just don't know how it'll be functionality-wise. Might be a little bit of a hiccup there, but hey man, it's always fun to just see what you can do. Sometimes you try something wild and it turns out miraculously amazing and you're like, holy shit, why did I never build one of these before? And then other times it turns out to be an absolute disaster and you're like, oh, that's why I've never built one of these before. But yeah, we'll see. We will see how it goes. I really like making maps. I kind of want to work on a map. What I'm going to do from now on, though, is I want to make smaller maps. I can do these big giant maps, but one, they take forever. They get really boring once you start getting to stuff like texturing and putting trees down. It gets so boring because you know there's so much to do and you find yourself getting lazy and you don't really want to put that much detail into it. After like 16 hours of, you know, putting ground masses in and lakes and finally get to the trees, and you know the trees are going to take like 4 hours, it's like fuck. So what I'm going to do, I think, from now on is I'm starting to get where I actually want to do like really detailed areas and really memorable little spots. I think that's what really makes a map, is having those memorable little areas that are very highly detailed that you're like, yeah, I remember going into that cove, or I remember that valley. the one with the 2 trees and the bush and the, you know, whatever. But those are kind of the maps I want to create. So what I'm going to start doing from now on is making smaller maps, like, I don't know, I won't say half this size, I'll say even less, like a quarter of this size of this map. And just have really small little logging areas, but lots of density, lots of trees, and just lots of detail, just so there's lots to remember. That's kind of my idea, but that way you're making little, like, really nice, you know, maps as opposed to these just boring ass. Like, this one's actually pretty nice. I took a long time on this one compared to most of the other ones, but I mean, I don't know, I think Larkin was probably my most detailed one, just doing all that nice kind of fall colory trees, which turned out beautiful. I love that map. It's a really beautiful map. Same with Emerald Valley. That took a long time, doing all those little creeks with the rocks in them and stuff. But that's, I think, I had the most fun, I would say, doing those, just because it's so detailed and so nice. And at the end of it, you go walk through your map after all that work you put into it, and it's just such a beautiful experience to just see all the stuff you've done kind of just come together in one moment when you're walking through. It's just like, oh my god, we've created this little place that never existed before. You're like, it came from, you know, nothing to this beautiful, memorable location. I mean, Smoky Valley was kind of like that too. Like when I made the little watchtowers with the little trails going up to them and stuff like that. Like I've had lots of people who just, you know, I've watched videos of people who played them, and it's so cool to see people play and talk and remember areas on these maps that you make. Like it's, I don't know, it's a surreal feeling of just watching other people mosey around a world that you created. Like, I don't know, it's pretty cool. So, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of stuff like that that kind of keeps it fun for me. But like I said, I want to kind of go back to the more detailed stuff like I used to. In 2015, I was a little more detailed with my maps. I think I got pretty lazy. And it happens. I mean, every artist knows that. I mean, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of emotion from yourself to sit there and put that much time into something, and to just be able to do it over and over and over and over again. If you consistently push yourself, you find that you're not doing as good a job as when you started. You're not having the fun, novel experience like when you first started. It's just gone. Now you just feel like you're a production line putting the heads on dolls kind of thing, right? And that's definitely a feeling I don't want to keep for future maps. I want to be able to come into a map with a fresh perspective and have an idea and a feeling and just give her and have fun with it. Like even like the most recent one that I just made was called Bramble Marshlands, which is a cool little map. Like I think a lot of people have fun logging on it. But is it my best work? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's kind of well, I don't know. It's a different terrain which people wanted. They wanted a swampy kind of terrain. It's definitely very swampy. Lots of bushes and trees and stuff like that. But like my whole thing used to be like, oh my god, it has to have a gazillion trees. That's the whole purpose, which is great because logging maps need lots of trees. But the problem is find myself that I focused more on the trees and how much, you know, how much trees there were to cut and that kind of stuff, more so than I focused on how the map should, sorry, I'm just focusing here for a second, instead of how the map should actually feel like detail wise, like how much memory it's going to create, how much people will remember, you know, what's going on in it. So hopefully we'll see how it goes. I got this technique that I'm doing right now from watching a video of this guy processing. I think his name's Cool Boy or Chill Boy or something. He has processing videos, and I don't know. Very inspiring processing videos to watch it. But I saw him doing this technique to keep kind of like a separation between them. And it creates a nice little lane, and it kind of straightens out your logs a little bit. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool technique, that one. My problem is this game's physics engine's so bad the logs don't settle properly. And they go haywire in every direction. See, these are the problems. These ones right here. See how the other ones settle kind of like nice and flat and they sit on each other? And then these ones get all spiny and hung up and act like they're stupid. They have to literally sit absolutely perfectly or else they glitch out. Dumb logs, eh? What do they know? Sure, do the little tappy tap again. There we go. ADD a little bit. Okay, let's finish this pile and I think that'll be the end of this video. But yeah, I don't know. Constantly inspired to make stuff. It's just, it's got to be stuff you as an artist like too. And I feel like I've lost a bit of the logging vibe here and there. Like, all I gotta do is basically go on YouTube and watch logging videos, like real life logging videos for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. And usually that fires my want to go A, log, and B, create new logging machines. But sometimes after you've been doing it for a while, you get a little tapped out and you're just, I don't know, it's hard to find what you want. It's hard to find that next inspiration that kind of picks you up. That's why I like watching the really old logging videos, like the old coring videos. Oh my god, I love those because it's kind of like you're watching something you've never really seen in logging. I mean, everybody's seen processors and everybody's seen bunchers and everybody's seen, you know, loaders and all that kind of stuff. It's not really too crazy of a thing. But then you go watch some of the old, like, weird German stuff that they used for logging back in the day and how it worked. And that's where I kind of get inspiration for new machines. It's like, oh man, it's like, I want to make one of those. I don't know what that is, but I want to make one. And that's a little bit more fun. All right. That looks pretty darn good to me. Park over by our bush here. There we go. There we go, getting a neat little bit of pile here. And then maybe we'll go suck up all the wood chips so we have a nice clean start for our next video. Oops, don't do that. That's what happens when you leave things going, hey? Don't do that. Now we can go dump it out. I don't know how these piles can go. I don't think they go very high. Build a wall over here. That's as high as they go right there. There we go. The juice. And I guess if I really wanted to, I could probably use my skidder to push that little pile, but that's alright, we can leave it there. Yeah. Are these weird trees here? Whoops. Like, what in the even physics, eh? These logs are like glitching out and they're not even really like doing anything yet. They just don't like to settle on each other apparently. Alright, well that's good enough for me, guys. So we'll catch you on the next video where we'll continue dragging the logs down, maybe do some more cutting. Alright.